Alright, so starting this video off right away, I want to go ahead and bring this to light because there's a lot of hate toward Money Mac right now for this 50-yard field goal missed, okay? What I want you to see is the snap right here by Cal goes straight back to Ryan, and then the kick happens. Now, watch as the snap happens. You see this? That ball goes like this, and it's going to go right where my mouse pointer is right here. That's where the ball is going to go. Where you want the ball to go is right at his hands so he can catch it, line it up, and the kick happens. But instead, the ball goes over here, a little bit more inside to his body, and then he has to shift it, which is that little extra split second. Then he puts it down, kick happens, kick is no good. And I do think that there's some win factor in this, but I don't know, man. This snap, when I first saw it, looked a little weird, and I think Ryan did a really great job, by the way, of adjusting to it. I don't know, that looked a little weird to me. It looked a little bit too far into his body. Usually when it comes to these snaps, you want the ball like right where his hand is. So I know the angle is weird, by the way, so it's not a straight angle. So like if it was a straight angle, it would be like here. This is a weird angle because it's like a little bit rotated, but this is where you want the ball, right where his hands is. And instead, it kind of goes over to the left a little bit more inside, and Ryan has to adjust. But again, you know, in the end, it's still a missed field goal. It doesn't matter, but I just want to clear up some hate I've been seeing for Money Mac. Okay, Money Mac, first off, I think that was a bad snap. And maybe I'm biased because I love Money Mac, but that's how I look at it, man. I look at it is that was definitely a bad snap, and that is not Money Mac. It's also hard to kick in that range. And I'm going to make a million of excuses because that's Money Mac. Alright, so first and 10. Amarius Mims is right where you see my mouse pointer right here on the right-hand side. This is going to be a toss play we ran. And as you can see, again, as always on run plays, I don't really look too much into, you know, like how well the offensive line plays. But one thing on run plays you will see is Amarius Mims is very athletic. He's one of the most athletic tackles in this last NFL draft. And because of that, he's able to really recover well and pretty much go around the whole entire field without any hassle at all. While you might see players like Trent Brown, for example, who might not be able to get to a level or get to a point like, you know, Amarius Mims can, where you see him downfield blocking, you see him on the right-hand side, you know, really leading the running back. Usually you see guards do that. You don't see tackles do that. That's something that Amarius Mims is really good at, is really just continuously being in the play because of his athletic nature. His athletic ability is bar none amazing. So this is kind of a lot on this defense, on this offensive line. So we have two wide receivers set, one in the backfield. Now we're going to have two tight ends on the right-hand side here. So two tight ends and 5 offensive linemen. So we have a jumbo package, as they would say on this play. We're going to motion in the ocean here. T. Higgins to the left-hand side. Chase goes out, right? Stop. Check down pass. Check down. This is called a curl flat route. Literally, Chase's route is so simple and easy. He runs forward. He stops. Turns around. Ball is thrown before he is turned, because if not, the cornerback would just see this and jump it. But overall wise, on that right hand side, you can see Mims covers his guy very well. Perfect one-on-one matchup there, and starting off this game, perfect. 3rd down and 4 here. Okay, so 3rd down and 4, we got Mims inside. It's weird, but we have a tight end on the outside here. How this is lined up, we can see this is Mims. He is going to take the inside guy. Kind of has him around the neck there, but does adjust very well. So at first, he gets him by the neck. Could have been offensive holding. Then he adjusts down to the shoulder pads level. Gets him underneath the shoulder pads and controls him. Right here, this guy's not getting through Mims. Look at that. He's not getting through him. He has him by the shoulder pads. He has underneath the shoulder pads. So what Mims can do in this play right here is he is gearing this defender any way he wants. He has the ability to move this defender around at ease, and that works out very well on this play because he pushes him to the left-hand side, lets Joe Burrow take off running. And I saw a lot of people in my chat say that, well, why didn't Joe just run this first down right here? He had a first down. Look, that's Myles Garrett. Okay, if he takes off running, Joe does. First off, that is Myles Garrett. That is Greg Newsome right here. Greg Newsome, if Joe takes off running, he's going to drop back and he's going to get Joe. Or Myles Garrett's going to get Joe. There's no circumstance where Myles Garrett is not going to get Joe. So what Joe needed to do was throw to Mike Gesicki in the slot right here, and he has him wide open on this play. You can see, I mean, that's literally the freest first down of all time. Instead, he goes deep because he does have a 2-on-1 matchup, and he has Tanner Hudson, but he also has a wide open throw right here. He has a 1-on-1 on the right-hand side, and that is, again, another wide open play there. That was a mistake. Joe really messed up on that play. And that's 100% on Joe. Line blocked well. Line did their job. He had a wide open option on the right-hand side. He goes to Tanner Hudson in double coverage down the field. Does have a step on it. But he also has T on the right-hand side wide open. So it's another, again, just mistakes like that are going to happen with any quarterback. And, you know, just about adjusting. All right, so right here, where my mouse pointer is. All right. So Amarius is going to take the inside guy yet again. This is going to let the outside guy kind of get blocked by two tight ends. We got Eric All right here and Tanner Hudson. So Tanner Hudson actually getting a lot of more snaps and a lot more adjustments here. But you guys see these guys take on one pass rusher. Amarius Mims is on the inside right here. He's going to handle his guy. Does a really good job where my mouse pointer is right here. Does a really good job of giving Joe a clean pocket. Joe finds Jamar Chase. Joe gets down the field and he's able to be very successful there. So again, you know, so far, pretty perfect in the first quarter for Amarius Mims versus what would be the toughest competition of his career so far. Obviously, the Steelers will be a little tougher, but still. Next play later, it's going to go and be a run play here by Chase Brown. Chase Brown does get a huge run. This is called back because of holding. The holding is going to be on Cordell Volson here, which is right around here. Let me kind of... It's kind of difficult to see, but you can see right here, this is the hold. And again, man, I mean, I don't know. It looked like, in my opinion, it looked like he manhandled him. That's kind of how I look at it, but obviously the referees look at it differently, and it is what it is. Ends up being a holding call in the play. Detrimental because that killed the drive. That absolutely killed the drive. It puts us now first and 16 at the 50. We run the ball again up the middle, get absolutely nothing. Second and 13 here. Let's go ahead and skip forward here. We do actually end up putting, I believe that is, there we go. We put Zach Moss in right here as an extra blocker, trying to help out Joe because they are blitzing. And let's go ahead and look. It's going to be a little difficult because they do bring the house here. But right where my mouse pointer is, right here is Amarius Mims. What's going to end up happening on this play is he's going to get chipped off the pass rusher by Eric All right here. But Amarius does have his guy right there. Has his guy very well. Picks up his guy all day. And again, you know who he's going against? 1-on-1 with Myles Garrett. Tell me Amarius Mims is not getting better and better every single game when this man's going 1-on-1 with Myles Garrett and he's holding his own so freaking well. I mean, bro, that's 1-on-1 holding his own. Joe had all day to throw it. Joe could not find a wide open receiver, so it did not work out. Right here, 1-on-1 Myles Garrett. Okay? Amarius Mims pushes him back, controls him. Zach Moss chips off Myles Garrett, gives more time. Amarius Mims is able to recover and get Myles Garrett in control. Pass is caught right here across the middle. Ends up bringing a 4th down and short. We end up getting sacked on this next play. But again, one-on-one with Myles Garrett. Amarius Mims is holding his own very, very well. I mean, to see that from a rookie is insane, especially Myles Garrett level. Right here, though, Myles Garrett one-on-one again with Amarius Mims. We see this throughout the whole entire game so far. He does a very good job. I mean, gets pushed back a little bit, but look, he still has Myles Garrett. I mean, Joe steps up. Joe ends up getting sacked on the play. This is because Kappa ends up releasing his guy because Joe steps up in the pocket. But at no time does Amarius Mims in this first quarter get beat by Myles Garrett. And he went against him, what, 6 or 7 times? One-on-one. I know you, bro, you going crazy with this. Do you understand this is a rookie, right? Who's going against one of the best pass rushers, if not the best pass rusher in the league. And could arguably be Defensive Player of the Year every year, him and TJ Watt. And he is holding his own very, very well. I'm going to be very excited about that no matter what. All right. 1st down and 10. Next drive later. It's going to go ahead and be a run play here. Actually, it's not a... Technically, it's not... Is it? So this is... See, that is... Okay, that is considered a run play, I believe. I don't know, though. Because sometimes that's... those type of plays are called a jet pass play, and it's not a run play. It's actually considered a pass. I know it's weird, but it's because technically they consider it Joe throwing it to him out of the backfield. It's a weird concept. Anyway, next play later. Pass play here. You can see now Amarius Mims is kind of in limbo right here, okay? So his job is to go in limbo because his job is to watch Jeremiah Jeremiah. His job is to watch him, okay? So what's going to happen here is Myles Garrett is going to be in the middle. So Myles Garrett is going to bull rush straight to the, pass rush straight to the quarterback. Kappa's job is to pick up Myles Garrett. Now Jeremiah is going to try to go around. Now, of course, you can see this defender who looks like he was going to be pass rushing drops back. He's watching the quarterback and watching the running back. Jeremiah goes around, and this is where Amarius Mims has to pick him up. He picks him up very well. Also, Zach Moss, he actually does not pick him up very well, but Zach Moss does a really good job of helping him out on the play, and that, of course, leads to the pass being thrown. Obviously, T. Higgins catches it because T. Higgins is him. But with that being said, next play later. Again, one-on-one, Myles Garrett, Amarius Mims. Top pass rusher in your game. Joe, all day to throw that ball. I mean, literally, Joe. Honestly, Joe, no, there's nothing you can do. You just got to get that ball out quicker. Up top, right here, wide open. You got to get that ball out quicker, Joe. That's on you, Joe. Because if you step up in the pocket, Myles Garrett will get the inside leverage on Amarius Mims and will get Joe. You could technically drop back and try to go around here. My only concern then is Amarius Mims can't hold Myles Garrett because that's going to be a penalty. And that's where you usually see a right tackle gets a holding penalty is when a quarterback drops back like this. But he could technically do that. It's just very dangerous because that is Myles Garrett, and you got to be very careful there. But that's a problem of Joe right there. I mean, that's all day to throw that ball. That's all freaking day. I mean, you have all universe right there. Next play later. Again, Myles Garrett, one-on-one. Amarius Mims, ball is thrown, gets out quick. Ball is caught by Jamar Chase, gets a good amount of yards. Moving the chain, not moving the chains, but almost getting down to a moving the chains. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Again, man, just seeking first. Oh, okay, that was because they showed the Packers game. That's why. Okay, 3rd down and 2. Look at that pocket, bro. All day to throw it like that, and you're telling me you can't find somebody open right here, one-on-one. Myles Garrett on... That's actually not Myles Garrett at that time. That's 93. That's not Myles Garrett, but that's number 93. But still, again, you can't find someone open on that play. That's kind of bad. It is bad when we have all day to throw it like that and you can't find somebody open. I mean, come on now. That's when we call Zach Taylor's name and say, hey, listen, bro, we need better play calling, because there's no way you can tell me that, that can't happen. So this play right here, Myles Garrett's going to go inside. So the whole game so far, right, he kept going outside. He keeps trying to go outside to Joe, right? This is something Myles Garrett does very successfully in a lot of games. He'll go on the outside and he'll run right around your right tackle and get right to the quarterback. This time, what he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and, look at this. He goes left, goes right, cuts inside. Amarius Mims has to get him, gets him very well, ball's out, ball's incomplete, and it's incomplete for T. Higgins. But right there, again, he goes inside, tries to get the inside leverage. We saw the same concept versus against the Panthers game a couple weeks ago with Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney did the same thing. And maybe Myles Garrett saw the footage and that's why he did it. But Clowney throughout the whole entire game kept going to the outside, and then he went the inside on Amarius Mims. Amarius Mims wasn't ready for it. He ends up getting beat. Clowney gets a sack. This time, same thing with Myles Garrett. He tries to, but this time Amarius Mims has learned. He's learned, okay, well, if he keeps going the outside, he eventually go on the inside. So I got to make sure I'm prepared for it, and he gets prepared for it. Great play right there by Amarius Mims. Right here, 101 against 54. Let's see. Goes 101. Can't get past Amarius Mims. Amarius Mims has all day to throw it. Tries to throw it to Yoshi deep. Ends up being incomplete pass. But again, for a offensive line purpose, that was an amazing blocking performance right there by Amarius Mims. So far today, perfect for Amarius Mims. 1-on-1 right here against 54. Again, 54 trying to go inside, trying to get that inside leverage. Amarius Mims getting him, holding him, got him. Ball's thrown down the field, completion, moving of the chains, and getting down the field. Again, great play right here by Amarius Mims. The whole offensive line in general. Line was collapsing. Amarius Mims has his guy the whole entire time, keeping his guy controlled the whole entire time. Love it. Gotta freaking love it to see that. All right. Again, the Browns have a great defensive line as well, so it's nice to see us being able to actually manhandle their defensive line. All right, so let's keep it going. 2nd down and 7 here. It's going to be another pass play here. This one ends up being a little bit of a chip off, so this is a block and release play by the tight end right here. He's going to block this guy, chip him off, meaning he slows him down, and then Amarius Mims is going to pick him up. So blocks, ends up being like that. Joe gets under pressure. Joe gets sacked. Guy who gets beat on this play, Cordell Volson. Cordell Volson got absolutely demolished on this play, and guy goes straight through Cordell, straight to Joe Burrow. Amarius Mims doing a great job doing what he's supposed to do, and yeah, again, it is what it is. Gets destroyed on the play. Cordell Volson is the problem on that play. What Cordell tries to do so this is when Orlando Brown got hurt. He tries to push number 90 here. I believe that's Zarius Smith. He tries to push him off to 61, which is Cody Ford. He tries to push him off to 61. The problem is Cody Ford already has 57, man. He already has somebody on the outside. So when you push off somebody when someone already has somebody, what it ends up doing is again, overpowers the right tackle. And the only reason why you do this, okay, is because as the left guard, you can recover and then you can come in and block him and get him under control. Cordell Volson can't do it. Obviously, Cody Ford gets beat in the end. Cody Ford is Cody Ford. And then he ends up allowing the sack to happen. So, just mistakes there. 3rd and 13. Again, another situation where you just can't have anything stupid happen. And this ends up being Amarius Mims has his guy the whole entire time. You can see right here, Kappa is trying to help out. Kappa's helping out. And then the guy gets past Kappa. And yeah. Guy gets past Kappa here, goes straight to the quarterback. So you can see this is where the initial problem happened right here. You can see the little block shed. 95 Myles Garrett puts his hand above Kappa's head and goes straight for Joe. And again, that type of mistake, that type of play, man, it sucks, but you're going against Myles Garrett. It is what it is. I will say, though, for this game so far, Amarius Mims has gone against Myles Garrett plenty of times, and he has not been successful. And I think that is something, that the Browns realized early was, hey, listen, if Myles can't go one-on-one with Amarius Mims, then move him around and try to get him to go against Kappa or Teddy K or Cordell Volson, and you're going to be a lot more successful. This play right here, Amarius Mims is kind of pushing, Jeremiah around here, but Jeremiah actually, if Joe held that for a little bit longer, would have had a sack right there. Biggest issue here, though, actually, it's a screen pass. Never mind. Take that back. It's a screen pass. Completely avoid my statement. That is a screen pass in every way. It doesn't matter. It's a screen pass. That's why I don't really look at screens too much, because screens are, it's the blocking. I'm not qualified enough to talk about blocking on screen passes. Anyway, right here, again, 57. Or, 57, 54. It's probably 54. No, that's 57. 57, pass rushing straight. Tight end right here, gonna block and release. He's gonna go ahead and go in, right? Blocks him, and now he releases. So he chips him off, which just gets him enough time here to be successful. Cody Ford one-on-one with his guy. Zach Moss is the guy who's supposed to help out Cody Ford. This guy does a spin move on Cody Ford. Cody Ford is looking like he's in the dirt right here. If it wasn't for Zach Moss being right here at the block, this guy goes straight for Joe, hits Joe, maybe sack, fumble, maybe something else. Zach Moss, though, sees that. His job is to help out. He helps out very well. We have all day to throw it. They don't call pass interference, even though clearly you can see right here, Jamar's left arm is being held back, but they don't call that, and obviously that's a bullcrap no call. But again, just stupid play right there, but great on Zach Moss. Cody Ford gets beat. Zach Moss does very well. Right here, again, you can see Amarius Mims, 1-on-1 outside here, 2nd and 10. Picks up his guy. I mean, bro, that is textbook right there. He is creating that pocket. He is circling him around the pocket, getting him to the ground, giving Joe time to throw it, and man, gotta freaking love Amarius Mims. All right, 3rd down and 8. Before half here, we kind of fluffed it. 1-on-1 with Myles Garrett. That's number 95 right there, baby. Zach Moss is in here as an extra blocker. His job is to watch Myles Garrett and keep an eye on that. Now, yes, 100% Amarius Mims gets beat on this play. He gets beat. Myles Garrett bull rushes. I keep saying bull rushes. He just swings around the left-hand side, goes off the edge. If it wasn't for Zach Moss here, Joe Burrow would have gotten sacked, and Joe Burrow would have been in maybe a sack, fumble, or something like that. Zach Moss picks up Garrett, gives time for Amarius Mims to recover and get and help out with Garrett. That ends up being a pass right here to the left-hand side. It is incomplete, and it is what it is at the end of the day. But again, that's why we have Zach Moss on this team. Listen, I love Joe Mixon. I really do. He is my boy. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why Joe Mixon is no longer on this team. And it's because the fact he's not that great at pass blocking. And who is good at pass blocking is going to be our boy Zach Moss. And that's just a fact of the matter is. And him being able to go in there and help pass block is the reason why, he's in there. That's the reason why we have him. We go with back-to-back run plays after that huge run right there. Brings up 2nd down and 9 here. Again, hike the ball right here. Who is that? Is that Myles Garrett? I believe that is Myles Garrett. Right here, 1-on-1 with Amarius Mims, right? Gets him. That's number 93. That's not number... Well, that might be number 99. That might be number 99. 1-on-1 with Amarius Mims. Pushes him back, but Amarius holding his own versus 99. Pass to the left-hand side, caught by Zach Moss. All the way down into closer red zone territory. Great play right there by Amarius Mims, 1-on-1. Next play later. That is 99, by the way. And by the way, this might have been called. No, never mind. This was called offsides. Bro, look at that man. This was called offsides, never mind. But Joe, again, should have gotten a free play there because that's what offsides is. Offsides is a free play. Neutral zone infraction is not a free play. That is a 5-yard penalty and stoppage of play. But he should have had a free play because the guy freaking jumped off sides. That's a free play. That's how football works, referees. Okay? Make sure you do your damn job. That's how football works. Anyway, Myles Garrett, 1-on-1 on the outside here. He's going against a tight end, okay? He's going against Eric All. Amarius Mims is on the inside here, okay? So he goes against Eric All. Eric All tries his best to recover and help out, but Amarius Mims is going to have to take over here and block Myles Garrett. Ends up blocking him plenty fine, and the touchdown happens. This is because, again, 1-on-1, give shout out to Eric All. People say, why is Eric All getting more snaps than Mike Gesicki? This is why. This is why he's getting more snaps. Because you see him 1-on-1. Let's watch his back. You see him 1-on-1. Myles Garrett, best pass rusher in the league. He's not doing great, but he's chipping him off enough that gives Amarius Mims a chance to recover and do very well in that play. And again, that's the type of play right there where you see, again, you know, Mike Gesicki would not be able to block him like that. I hate to say it, I love Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki is a vertical threat tight end. He's not a blocking tight end. He's not going to be able to block against Myles Garrett like that. And that's just the fact of the matter is. So because of that, you know, you're going to see that that situation would not work out. Right here, though, it's going to go ahead and be a screen pass. This is a tight end screen pass right here. Ends up not going anywhere. It's tight end screen pass to Eric All, ironically enough. 3rd down and 8, we run the ball up the middle. Try to do something. Try to kick the field goal. We missed it. So next drive later, 3 minutes ago in the 3rd quarter right here. Again, play action toss play right here, right? What we're going to see is, and I'm trying to see, okay, Amarius Mims is right where my mouse pointer is right here, okay? So what's going to end up happening is Amarius Mims goes inside. It's a toss play. Joe has all day to throw it. Finds T. Higgins here. Drew Sample, not called for the holding call. Could have probably been called for the holding call in all honesty. Hey, listen, it is what it is. Toss play right here. Goes nowhere. 2nd down and long. After that toss play went nowhere. Next play later. It's going to go ahead and be a pass play here. Amarius Mims right here. Kind of double teaming, helping in the inside. Joe ends up almost getting sacked on the play. And why is that the case? Look at the middle. Teddy K. Right where my mouse pointer is. Watch that middle. 2 guys get straight to Joe and plant Joe on his booty. And because of that, that is what it is. 3rd down and 4. This can be a pass play. You see right here, 54, Jeremiah goes inside. Tries to get the inside leverage. Amarius Mims holds his guy. Keeps his guy clean. Ends up being a touchdown to our boy T. Higgins. Again, just smart plays. Holding your guy, doing your job. That's what we want so far. And honestly, this offensive line, I know we complained yesterday, this offensive line played outside their damn mind in this game. This was actually a really good offensive line game right here. Right? Why did I say that? I say that, and Amarius Mims, let's see. Can he recover? I'm not saying that's holding. but I would understand the holding call. That's holding. All right, so he does recover. Maybe some, not correct technique that they would teach you, but he does recover. Right here, 3rd and 2, right? Guy gets the best off the edge right here on Amarius Mims. Amarius Mims recovers, ends up being able to get the guy to the ground, and that ends up being a completion of Zach Moss for a first down to move the chains. So even though Amarius Mims did get beat right there, he's able to recover very well and push the guy to the ground and save the play from happening there. Run play, next play later goes absolutely nowhere. We could not run the ball in this game. Amarius Mims, one-on-one on the outside here. Let's see. Has his guy the whole entire play. 57 was going against him. Had his guy the whole entire play. 3rd down and 9. Key situation right here. Amarius Mims. Guy's going to go straight to the chest. Try to go straight through Amarius. Pushes him back. Amarius has all day. Is able to cover very well in the play. We throw a one-on-one jump ball here. And in all honesty, I mean, that should have been caught. Yeah, that's got to be caught, T, man. That's got to be caught, bro. There's no way, bro. You got to catch that. I get it, but, like, you got to catch that, man. 2nd down and 11 after a run play. It's another run play. This ends up being a first down run play. I don't know how many more pass plays we have yet in this game. Let's see. 1st down and 10. That's very close. That's delay of game. Delay of game not called. Whatever. That's delay of game right there. 100%. All right. Run play. Funny, too, because we actually lost yards on the play anyway. So a delay of game wouldn't have even hurt us in that situation. I mean, it would have, but it would have been a 5-yard penalty. But still, we lost yards no matter what. So, all right, run play up the middle right here. Ends up bouncing into the outside by Zach Moss. Brings up 3rd down and 7. This has to be a pass play. Or I'm going to guess, no, we just ran the ball again. Wow. Yeah, no, we just ran the ball again. All right, next drive later. I'm going to guess, do we just run the ball every single play moving forward? I mean, I don't really blame them if we do because of the situation being given. You're up by 15. You just kind of just want to run the clock out. Yep, we just run the ball. All right. Do we just run the ball again? Yep, we just run the ball again. All right, well, that's actually game then. All right, so, I mean, overall, listen. Overall, not a bad performance. I would say for Amarius Mims in his first game against a very good defensive line outside of the Giants game, I'd say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, maybe a 8.5, 9 out of 10. Very close. Very good performance overall-wise. Very happy with what he did in this game. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one.